and, to tie into that, how, we have the security of the network, but then the property owners, Dave, how do you guys at Amicus, talk through just like the monetization and the property owner being able to increase, have a tangible increase in their NOI and their property value when you guys are having those consultations with implementing a managed Wi-Fi network?
Yeah, again, that's another thing, consultation, because you need to understand what it is that they're trying to approve or trying to achieve, and what they've proformed for the property and all these sorts of things. So, most people listening, I think we've talked about it, are familiar with the traditional retail approach where the owner allows the cable company or to install the network and sell their services directly to the resident. And we've talked about, some of the potential challenges there. And while it can be tempting to go that route, and it's what a lot of people are accustomed to, you're giving away a substantial revenue stream. You take a look at the slide. This is a very basic sort of overview of what it can look like, and the difference between, in this case, charging the difference between $20 and $50, right, for these various properties, and it gives you a feel for the revenue that's possible. Obviously, it varies greatly from one property to the next, one market to the next, but this gives you an idea. And it depends on a number of factors, but on a high level, well, I'll give you a couple examples. We have a 130 some odd unit property in Arizona, that's actually getting ready to open in January, and the numbers there will show an increase of about let's say $88,000, $90,000 a year. And use the cap rate that that you use, but we'll assume a 6% capitalization rate. You're looking at a valuation increase of over $1 million, $1.4 million, right? So it's a significant revenue opportunity that, again, should not be overlooked. We have another property here near me in Los Angeles, and it's a little over 400 units. We'll be in the $200,000 NOI increase per year, and you're looking at about a $3 million property value increase. And again, we do all the work, so we keep our owners in the revenue stream, but out of the internet business, right? So.
Yeah, and go ahead, Bruce. Sorry.
Yeah, just to kind of add to what Dave's talking about there, from the Cambium perspective, the solution itself is set up to support these types of tiered offerings, and so the ability to segment out different types of users and then track usage based on that, or perhaps put in controls to limit bandwidth or what have you, so that you can make these kinds of tiered offerings. That is baked into the system, so that these kinds of things are possible. There's quite a few different options there, even payment gateways. If you'd want to charge for service, right? That's not as frequent today, obviously, but there's a lot of flexibility there. So, having that kind of segmentation and layering to the services, I kind of alluded to it earlier when we were talking about adding IoT and adding all these kind of layers to the network, a single infrastructure but multiple services. Having the ability for that system to approach or provide you those kinds of options is fundamental to how we've kind of designed our Wi-Fi system. So not just a basic service layer, but one that can be customized to whatever type of implementation you're looking for.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm glad you brought that up, Bruce. I should have mentioned that tiering, and all of this is dependent. I mean, we spend so much time vetting equipment and new features that come out. It's critically important, and it's very tempting, right, to sort of try and cut corners and go with what do you want to call it, resident grade, or not consumer grade stuff. And it just you can't do these things that are only going to become more and more relevant and more important to residents as time goes on, right? Technology, the march of technology is not slowing down, right? Mm-hmm. And you really want to have a network that can support certainly what's going on today, but you certainly need to be thinking about the future as well.